Lane filtering, lane splitting is the question. Now, I have a few videos that I've done on TikTok and YouTube where, people will ask the question, well, is it allowed? Can you lane split? Is it allowed? Well, I thought the cars have to be stopped, or how fast can you go? So we're just going to talk about lane filtering and lane splitting and what's the difference, because there is a difference between the two, right? And we're going to talk about some states where you can and can't do it, and how some of the laws vary, even though a lot of states are starting to be a lot more open to lane splitting. Now there's a few states that have lane filtering but not lane splitting. California allows both. There are some states that only allow lane filtering at a certain miles per hour. So I'm going to put up here just the definition, so to speak, of both and what it is you may or may not be doing. So, lane splitting. When a motorcycle makes its way between rows of traffic heading in the same direction, moving or stopped, has long been a staple of vehicular traffic in California. While a common practice for decades in the Golden State, it was only officially and especially legalized in 2017. California stands alone in that regard. So lane splitting, not filtering, okay? Lane splitting. When a motorcycle makes its way between rows of traffic heading in the same direction, moving or stopped. So traffic doesn't have to be stopped in order for you to lane split or white line. You can white line if it's light traffic, medium traffic, heavy traffic, slow traffic, 80 miles an hour, doesn't matter. You can white line. That's lane splitting, which is different from lane filtering. But this is lane splitting. Okay, guys, so its more respectable cousin, lane filtering, has picked up considerable momentum in recent years. Lane filtering is similar to lane splitting, although performed only in stopped or very slow moving traffic, such as at traffic lights or in traffic jams. So as we see, Chad, lane filtering is performed when there's heavy traffic or when all the cars are stopped. So that will be lane filtering versus lane splitting. Now, California allows lane splitting. There are states that don't allow lane splitting, but they do allow lane filtering. Some states have different variations where you can go this speed versus the speed of traffic. You can only go this speed, and you can only lane filter in the 20 mile an hour, 45, 55, whatever. They have different rules and regulations depending on what state you live in. We'll look at a few different examples of what some of the laws are for lane filtering, not lane splitting, because California is the only state that allows the actual lane splitting, but the lane filtering is allowed in other states. And we'll look at a few examples of some. Okay, guys, here are just a few examples of different states with different laws and rules and regulations for lane filtering, not lane splitting. The laws vary slightly state by state. For example, in Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, traffic must be completely stopped. So Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, if you live in Arizona, Colorado, or Utah, traffic must be completely stopped before you can lane filter, not lane split. Montana and Minnesota allow for lane filtering when speeds are moving at speeds up to 10 miles per hour. So that's pretty much traffic that's barely moving. for the state of Montana and Minnesota. Motorcycle speeds are limited to 15 to 25 miles per hour, while filtering depending on the state. And Arizona and Utah further limit it to roads with a speed limit of 45 miles per hour or less. So depending on the speed limit, they might not even allow you to lane filter if the speed limit is too high. Granted, besides the fact that it's very dangerous because people don't pay attention, and sometimes bikers are just coming down there just way too fast, but I kind of understand. But on the other hand, thinking about the biker, it's also to make it so that the biker doesn't have to sit out in the elements too long. And because in traffic jams, bikers were getting hit, cars were hitting bikers, running into the back of bikers a lot in traffic. So to help minimize that, that's why California went on ahead and just completely legalized lane splitting altogether, where I could just white line. That's what some people call lane splitting, not filtering. I could just white line all the way to boxing class, even if there's no cars out there. But it's a growing trend that's gaining traction in a lot of different states. Lane filtering is anyway. I'm not sure if a lot of states are just going to completely open it up, chat, like California, because out here in LA we can just pretty much lane split, get to where we need to get to, and get the hell on. Other states aren't so fortunate. You can still do it, but the police, if they feel like it, they can get on you and try to give you a hard time. So, but that was it, gang. I just wanted to do a small, quick little vid, just because some of the TikTok videos and some of the videos I did on YouTube, I've seen people ask questions and have little discussions. So there's just some facts I looked up really quick, but I catch y'all later.